got nowhere to go. Will I succumb to a moment, flickering light that will fade? Will I find what's worth holding, word that no one can erase, word that no one can erase? Do I resent true affection? Am I chasing after my own, lost in all my imperfections? I just don't wanna end up alone. I just don't wanna end up alone. Sometimes I forget you surround me, and you'll never leave or let go. I guess in the end it's you're my only friend, and there I won't end up alone. No, where I won't end up alone.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Why?
Because we drinking wine. Welcome to the midday show. You know what kind of show this is going to be?
Renegade lemonade.
Oh my God. I got my vodka with my Renegade lemonade.
I don't think you need vodka in it.
Oh, I
That's
need vodka
wine.
and everything.
You're going to mix it?
Yeah.
Why?
Not why. Because.
It's lemon wine.
Yes, I have 2 glasses.
One for you.
Oh, you brought out the glasses. You didn't bring mine out.
Because yours is a beer stein. Beer mug, beer glass.
No.
You want wine in your beer glass?
No,
You want to use
I
mine?
want the one with this. Don't I have one of those?
Yeah, not with me on it. You have it with you on it.
Now, why would I want the one with me on it? No, mine.
Yeah,
You have
but it's
mine?
a beer glass.
So what?
You're going to put Renegade lemonade in a beer glass?
Honey, I put my fingers in that glass and I had to look at this. I mean, this ain't you though. This is
It's not me. I know.
This is
She's
so
very
voluptuous. Who you would cough up a hairball if you drank out of this glass.
But
What the hell is that?
Later in the show, we're going to be trying Renegade lemonade with the founders. Alex and Brady Reiter are going to be joining us from where they started it and where it is now. And you'll be able to get yours. If you head on out to Trader Joe's, pick up your bottle of Renegade lemonade. It is wine fermented with lemons. Only lemons. No grapes.
I see you brought your lemons.
That's about it.
I can't drink out of this cup. I'll burp.
You are out of control. Anyway, good morning to you. Happy Tuesday to everybody else.
What a glass.
What a glass.
You know who gave us those, right? I spoke to her yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, she's up in Canada. I sent a letter of reference to whoever the hell I sent it to, see if she'd come down and visit us.
People want us to send lots of things, paperwork and deals, but you were in one meeting with Charlotte. I was in a meeting with Michelle.
Good meeting with Charlotte. I picked up a computer.
Magical Creations with Michelle Spears. She's joining us today. We've had Helen Archer, Cosmic Astrology Society, joining us today. And then 1:30, we've got Alex and Brady of Renegade
I have to wait till
Lemonade.
1:30?
No, you can start drinking ahead of time, but they're not joining us on set until 1:30. Have you tried it?
Yeah, I have.
It's good,
It's
isn't
delicious.
it? Slowly.
What?
Slowly drink it.
It's delicious.
Oh my gosh, I was talking to Michelle. That's how you know you're
She
getting
wanted me
old.
to act slowly.
I'm talking to Michelle and I stand up, my knees popped, my ankles popped, my hip popped. It was like crack, crack, crack. I'm thinking, oh my
Michelle Spears.
gosh.
I can't look at her
insane.
anymore.
That stuff and everything popped. Well, that's the old Michelle.
I can't look at her anymore. It's always the same. I see Michelle when we were at the Heart of Del Rey, and she was doing her thing up there, selling her thing, I'm like, wow, look at Michelle go. Now I look at her and I go, wow, look at Michelle go.
Where are we going to be on Thursday?
Where are we going?
Sinful Crepes.
Yes. They took my dog and moved over there.
We're going to Sinful Crepes on Thursday. We've got a new commercial spot to play for you. 1050 Gateway Boulevard. If you were at our Bramer's 9-year anniversary party, you know exactly what we're going to be doing. If you weren't there, come on out and join us Thursday at 12 o'clock, Sinful Crepes. We're going to be having some food, some coffee, some fun.
A lot of hosts are going to be up there. You're going to meet all the hosts of the shows. Sally Bernard, if you're watching, Louis, blah, blah, blah.
I can't even help you because I don't know what you're trying to say.
Louise, not Louise. Laurie Anderson.
Lorena
Anderson. Hello. Lorena
Hello.
wants to meet you. She can't make it this Monday. She wants to come into the next show on you, but she can't make it on Thursday. But she really saw the show yesterday, and she really, like, she was copacetic to it. She got hooked.
I know. She was talking to me. She can help with energy
Last
clearing.
night. She never
Lorena
talks to me at
Anderson.
night. And she was talking to me last night. I'm like, and I'm half asleep because, I went to sleep very early last night. And I said, come in and talk to her. She says, wow. She says, I've humbled. Me?
You've humbled? You've always been humble, no? Did you used to be arrogant?
All the time.
What is the opposite of humility? Arrogance, right? It's Freddie. If you're humble or you're not
What?
humble,
Who
what's
is
the
this
opposite
chick?
of humility and humble, Jalen? Probably arrogant.
Ask Michelle. Michelle, what's the opposite of humbleness?
She's got to hold her mic. She doesn't know.
You gotta hold your mic, Michelle. You got no idea?
I don't know.
Well, I would think she would know because she does weddings.
I'm glad you're now humble and you've got humility. So let's talk to Michelle. We've got Michelle Spears
I am not.
joining
What?
us.
Who? What?
You've got humility is what you just told me.
No, she said that. I never said I agreed.
Huh.
How are you, Michelle?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Michelle, I think that we should have two sides to your magical creations. This is the wedding side, right?
That's weddings and events.
On this side. And on this side, I want to do the divorce and funerals. What is in my car?
When I was away over the summer, I met a woman and her daughter just did not want the quince. And her mom's like,
The what?
all in the quince.
What's the quince?
Quinceañera.
Quinceañera.
Oh, the
15,
quince.
yeah.
I didn't think she wanted to be 15.
She didn't want the
She
quince.
said skip to 16.
They want
They-
the attention.
So they went to Paris instead. I'm like,
Oh.
wow, if I were 15 and I had a choice, what would I choose?
Can
I'm
I
like,
complain
think
at
I would-
64?
I think I could choose Paris also.
I had my daughter choose last year if she wanted a cruise or a birthday party. She chose a cruise. So we did a cruise instead of a birthday party. It would have cost the same amount.
That's
Really?
crazy.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
She
some
brought a
birthday
friend.
party.
She brought one friend, and
That's
we
some
went on
birthday
a
party,
cruise.
though.
Well, I'm an event planner, so any event I do for my child will be big.
Holy
We go
smokes, I
big,
want to get
but
to know you.
Next year she'll be 16. So
So where you holding that birthday?
whichever venue will let me not spend too much money.
Sweet 16. Well, tell us about what you do. Tell us about Magical Creations.
So I do luxury weddings and events, all events, corporate events, birthday parties, pretty much any type of celebration that anybody's having. And I have all of the decor in my warehouse and come with everything, set everything up and work the event and break everything down.
So you've got everything. You've got a warehouse now with setups. and-
Yeah.
Wow.
I got a lot of stuff from Steve. I got a lot of stuff from Chastity at the flower shop. So I became everybody's in-house planner. They provided me with all of the decor, and
You do music and all that?
I have the entertainers that I can reach out to. I mean, it's been about 7-8 years.
Yeah.
So my I always say my Rolodex. Everybody laughs at me when I guess I show my age when I say my
But you-
Rolodex.
yeah,
of
but you always had
clients, but
connection.
Yeah, I've always I just love meeting people, and as soon as I meet somebody, it's like, hey, what could I do for you to try to bring you more business? So and that's.
Did you do
why
that
I'm-
wedding over in Venice yesterday?
No, no. Thank God I stayed far away from that.
Well, you've got everything. You've got decorations. You do photos, videos,
The lighting,
photo booths, lights, everything.
tents? You do
Those
tents?
aren't
too?
specific things that I have, but
Okay, but you
vendors
can
that I
get
work
them.
very closely with. So I can, pretty much somebody will call me. Either they'll tell me this is my budget, I just want to show up, or they ask me to find them everything, and I octopus it out and get them all the people they need.
So you put all the pieces together, oversee it.
I octopuses it out.
Are you the wedding planner?
I am the eternal wedding planner who's never been married.
No, I mean the wedding
You're the
planner that
movie.
everyone needs.
I am
the
the movie.
wedding planner.
Yeah.
But that's why you're so good at it, because you've never been married.
Yeah. So
But
every
you
wedding is like my own.
Yeah. It's
And
like
what I would want.
It's like
and
getting
how
married
I
every
would
day.
expect it. Yeah.
And getting divorced every other day.
And you're also doing networking. That we're going to be doing our show at one of your events the end of this month.
We are. Yeah.
Are we doing a wedding?
No, we're doing a South Florida Women's Networking Group. We have an amazing group of female entrepreneurs. We get together pretty much every month, every week, and do a lot of networking with each other. And I just know that they'll benefit from being able to sit down with you guys and meet you guys.
Let's do a mock wedding.
I did that not too long ago at right before during COVID time at Indian Springs. I ran a
You did a mock
showcase that
wedding?
was a mock wedding.
I think we did that with them.
Yeah, I want to say
We
you
were
were
there.
there. That
We
seat
were
was
there.
still there.
Dylan was
Yeah,
there.
it was called My Wedding at
I remember.
at the fountains. It was at the
At
fountains.
the fountain.
So,
you had that car that we took pictures of.
Yes, yeah, in the front. So now I'm doing another one. I'll be planning that for September, and I'll do a party showcase at one of the venues over by me, and hopefully we'll have you guys involved in that too, so you can meet people.
Dazzle, we can get you married off as a mock wedding.
Why do you call him Oh, I know why. Because his videos are
Because his
dazzling.
videos, he's the only one that gets me.
Lucky you.
Because he's the only man in the room?
No, he's the only one that understands what I want.
Oh, okay.
Just take it easy with the man in
He
there.
likes the dazzle. I don't know.
He dazzles videos.
We've got a
Got
new
it.
website that's coming out, so we can put some of these dazzling
Absolutely.
website. We have to put that together. Actually, I have to get that
You know,
to
I
our
love
creator.
this conversation we have. You look like a giant balloon head.
I know, and I'm wondering if people are watching us thinking I can actually see you.
I can't see you.
Because I cannot see you.
It's just ridiculous. You would think that we changed the damn piece already.
Why?
So I
The
can
piece
see
is
you.
so great.
Watch it, you're gonna drop that.
9 years in a week.
Don't remind me.
But I'm thinking, I'm looking at you, and I'm like, wow, from the other side of the camera, it looks as if we can really see each other, but yet we cannot.
It's the magic, yes, because I can see over there. It's the magic of TV. So, Michelle, what is the most interesting, for lack of a better word, wedding that you've done?
So I've been doing a lot of cultural weddings.
What does that mean?
Indian weddings.
What is culture?
Which are 3-day events.
What?
Guests count can go up to about 300. One event that I did, they told us we had 200 to be expected, and 100 extra people showed up.
Wow.
So that was probably one of the
Were there elephants and all that?
No, we weren't allowed to use elephants for the barat. That's the barat where they walk, and
Yeah.
at certain spaces you're not allowed to have animals.
Animals.
Where do
Yeah.
you hold the weddings that size and for cultural, Indian culture?
You go to a lot of like the larger hotels because it's non-stop events. I mean, it will start at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning and have events going till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
And you'll plan all of it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yes. And be there for it too. So we're there for the entire event, staying in the hotel and on no sleep and taking care of the bride's needs, the groom's needs, the family's needs, and running around left
Good
and
for
right.
you. This has grown. And when we started working with you, this was just, you were helping Steve at the time.
I was helping, yeah. I was just getting into just going to the events, and he was the DJ, and I was kind of like the coordinator off to the side. And then, you know, I'm very type A personality. I can't just sit back and watch. So I kind of had to be involved in every aspect, and that's where I just grew into just becoming a planner. So even though we offer coordination, I laugh at that because I can't just walk in on the day of somebody, any event, whatever it is. You can't walk in on the day and expect everything to run smoothly. So from the minute I talk to somebody, that's it. I'm in charge. I take care of it, and they don't have to worry about a thing but show up and have a good time.
Well, you've always had the right personality for the business. And I don't just mean the wedding planning business, but all businesses, because he always shined to you and talked about you, and he always said, you know, Michelle, she'll handle this and handle that, and you've always been good with people.
Yeah.
You know, some of the other businesses you had, all of them, no matter what they were, you were always there. People always came because they liked you.
And I always say, you know what, listen, Pure Romance was great. And, you know, once you're selling like bedroom necessities to people, you know, you kind of can't not talk about anything moving forward. So it definitely molded me to be able to speak about anything because, you know, I spoke about like something that was so personal and so intimate with people that, you know, just talking about their business is like, you know, you joke, you laugh about it. It's like, okay, I can connect you with 15 people, you know, just let me make a phone call and see what I can do.
Isn't it interesting how one business or one opportunity in life that may have nothing to do with the next opportunity prepares you for what's coming next? It's like Sarah's spiritual show was last week. Where you're at right now, God's preparing you for what you need to be doing next.
I love Sarah. Oh, I haven't seen her in so long.
So she'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, she will. But it's interesting how you've taken all the things you've learned and you've put it together to what you're doing currently.
Yeah.
And, you know, that business has turned into a psychological need in our community, the other businesses as well.
I think, you know, we took a very big hit during COVID. Events were closed for a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, and we weren't sure what the trajectory of any type of events would look like after COVID. Because then it became the smaller events of like 20-something people, and people are like, this is great. I can have an event and not spend thousands of dollars. But now it's slowly starting to, not slowly, I think actually it's happened pretty quick. And now people are just, you know, I want to celebrate, I want to have an event, and, you know, this is how much money I have to do it. So.
But they want to do it correctly.
They want to do it
Because I got to tell you
correctly.
something. I don't want to say anything because people will scream at me when I get home. But there are people that I know that are planning weddings. And there's the right way of doing it, and then there's the other way.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're able to put monies in the things that are important to you at a wedding, as opposed to things that are not that important, and you're putting it in things that are important.
Well, what do you deem important at a wedding?
I don't want to get into it because people are going to yell at me.
Well, non-chaotic. I just had a photographer reach out to me yesterday saying, oh my gosh, I need you. I just ran a wedding the other day. She's like, I'm the photographer. They're asking me to pull family members together. She said they forgot something in the room. They forgot the rings. Somebody had to run back. She's doing it as a photographer. She's like, that's where they need a planner to be there and take care of everything.
Because there's so much going on.
There's so much going on. It's a production.
But I look at the flowers, you know, people, and flowers are important to a wedding, probably more for the bride than it is for the groom. Because I'm going to tell you, guys, they go there, yeah, I do, let's go to our honeymoon, we're done.
That's great.
That's it, right? But even the flowers, if you can spend X amount of flowers, which you don't take with you, you don't do nothing with it. And I don't mean to sound mean. I'm just looking at the practicality of it. And then I have something else that I need. You know, I begin to go like this.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do. I work with them on their needs and their wants.
Exactly.
And first we sit down and we discuss, what do you need? That's the most important. We know you're always going to find the money for what you want. But let's at least get down the things that you need. And then I help them find everybody they need and stay within budget. So that's why I'm always looking for new people to come onto the team, and, you know, new photographers and entertainers. It's great. You never know what somebody is going to look for at their event.
That's right. And this is a giant party. You know, weddings are a giant party. And what you want to do is you want to make the best noise and give the best time. But you don't want to go broke doing it.
Yeah.
Or you don't try to break even at a wedding. I know people that break even.
What do you mean break even? By what, the bride and groom
So
get
let's
as
say-
gifts?
Yeah, they're monetary gifts.
Yeah, because if you were in my neck of the woods when I got married, I had to pay for it.
So what do you think? Drinks, food, entertainment?
Your food and your alcohol is 60% of your budget. Period, the end. So when I work with a client and we start talking about, oh, I'm exceeding my budget, the first thing I tell them is you have to look at your food and your alcohol. I can't control that. I'm not a caterer, I'm not a bartender.
But does the venue control the food?
That would be the caterer that they're using or the bartender.
So the venue doesn't provide the food?
Depending, if it's like a country club venue, then they'll have their own in-house caterers. So when you're paying for the space, you're paying per person. But if you're going to a venue, event space, something like this, you're basically walking into a blank room, and you have to bring everything else in.
Wow, things
So
have
it's all
changed.
like a la carte, yeah.
Things have changed. When I got married, we had a catering hall, and they had rooms, and depending on what room you wanted, the number of people was the menu.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't have to worry about that, right?
Yeah.
So on the day of the wedding, the seafood room, which everybody wants, but you can't afford it, the guy canceled the wedding that morning. And they had shipped in the lobster and the this
Oh,
and all
lucky
of it
you.
was there. So he said, Freddie, here's my gift to you. And I went, you talking to me? He says, yeah. He says, there's nothing I could do with it. Take it. So when I brought in my 100 people to this seafood thing that held for 1,000, you should have seen that people were putting it in their pockets. I got to go home.
They must have said, wow, Freddie really,
And you know
really
what?
came into some money
and I
for
was
this
the king. I was
wedding.
like, and this is for you. And I'm telling Michelle, shut up. Just shut up, shut up. Yeah, this is all for
Food,
you.
alcohol, and music. Flowers are lovely, but if your budget
They're
for flowers are
important.
here,
Yeah.
they're important.
Flowers are why important.
They're
Put in-
important, but you know, then we find people that are saying, you know what, I don't want flowers, give me candles.
Right.
Candles are just as expensive as flowers.
More.
really?
The fire hazard.
Well, fire hazards. Then you also have venues that don't allow open flame. So now that means
Yeah.
that we're using flameless candles.
Right.
We're using batteries. We have to clean everything.
Oh, my
so
goodness.
you know, it adds up.
It all adds up.
You know, I tell people just buy a house and have a party in your backyard.
That's what I would
I've
do.
done some backyard weddings. I did an amazing Alice in Wonderland, and every single table was a different theme of a different character, and everybody got dressed up. The bride got dressed up as Alice. The groom got dressed up as the Mad Hatter. You know, we had the violin of the Cheshire Cat playing them in.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
it was like,
That's
and it was
cool.
one of the best weddings that I've ever done because they just got this house. You know, they have something to show out of it at the end,
Like,
and
what
not
do you think
just
the
walking
average
away.
price of a wedding is?
100 people.
You're realistically looking at about $125 a person is what it comes down to. So 100 people,
That's
you're looking
not
at
bad. That's
10,000 or more.
cheap.
That's
Wait a
cheap, but you
minute.
get a lot of people that there's no parents that are paying anymore. So, you know, the older generation, it was like, oh, the parents of the bride would
Not
pay
my
for the wedding.
generation.
Now we're finding a lot of people are getting married older in life, so their parents don't really have that money for it.
12,500? I'm
Yeah.
going to add a couple of zeros to that bad boy. That's really what's going on right now. If that's
You're getting kids that have to pay for their own weddings that are calling me saying, I have $10,000 all
Wow.
in. That's all I could do, you know, and we're trying to
10,000.
find ways to, because it's that they're paying for it themselves. They don't
Listen,
have their parents to pay for it.
12.5 or below, you got to call this lady now. Hey, Linda.
I know.
Hello.
I do luxury too. I do a lot of
No, I
very
bet you
big
do, but
events,
if your starting price is there.
But I don't feel that people should have to not be able to have an event. You know, I have a bleeding heart for a lot of people. So
It's mostly the women want to have that pomp and circumstance wedding. I get it.
Yeah.
You know, I did it twice. And mine was spectacular, but it cost me an arm and a leg because back then,
Yeah.
the parents were helping.
Yeah.
They weren't paying. Here's a couple dollars. It was my uncles that helped me with the second one. The three of them got together and money started flowing out of their jackets. And I'm like, oh, thank God, because I was short. But my wedding, I think my wedding was $21,500. But back in the day, that was a lot of money.
yeah.
And we had fun. My son had a wedding when he got married. I don't know about your sons, but my son, he had those robots.
Oh, the LED robots.
Yes, and that lady that owned them came into the studio like a week later. And she says, oh, I remember you. You were dancing.
Was
like
that
a crazy
Tynan? I think the
Diane.
right with
Yes. With the machine, yeah.
yeah,
All
yeah,
of
with the
that.
machine.
All of that. And they would dance, and then they brought in some dancers from South
Yeah.
America because, you know, her family is very big on these wedding traditions.
Yeah,
And I'm like, what? That wedding must have cost them a fortune.
yeah. Oh yeah, they can go up to
You
50,000 or
didn't
more.
contribute to Freddie's wedding?
Me?
You?
I don't remember.
You're his
I
father.
don't think so.
I'm sitting here thinking you're his father. Did you not contribute to Freddie's
It
wedding?
wasn't that kind of party, honey. It was no, I don't remember contributing anything to Freddie's party. I don't.
And how's your relationship with his in-laws?
They're fine.
Do they like you or do they
Well,
not like
they
you?
tolerate me.
Do you wonder why?
Why? Because I
Maybe
didn't
because you
pay the
didn't
wedding?
offer to pay for anything.
Honey, when I saw the tab, I went, I got amnesia. Whose son is that?
Maybe it was like, wait, I don't know. Just
Well,
saying.
All I know is my mom and dad went to that wedding, and Joe went to that wedding. All I can tell you is that was probably one of the most biggest shindigs I've ever been in weddings. I've been to a lot of them. But that was different. But there was stuff coming out of the woodwork in every aspect of that wedding. But I think that the next one I'm about to go to is going to be a big shindig too. I just stay very low profile. Weddings are very emotional because, you get involved with this thing. and you walk the wrong way, you look at the wrong person, or you say the wrong thing, and all hell breaks loose. So I just stay very quiet like this, very low profile. I say, is it over? Can I go home now? And I'm done with it.
Michelle, how do people reach you, other than Freddie?
They can reach out to me on my website. It's Magical Creations Events. And I'm also on Facebook, so it's under Michelle Spears. And I do free consultations. So I sit down with the clients, we discuss their budget, their needs, their expectations, and then go from there.
Soup to nuts.
Everything.
Which is really cool. And if you meet Michelle, you're going to fall in love with her right away because she knows what she's doing. She understands your plight. It's funny because people don't want to tell you, I ain't got a lot of money.
No one ever wants to tell me their budget.
Exactly.
On anything.
And they want to make sure that the bride has
Everything.
almost everything that she can get. You
Yeah.
know?
Everything and anything.
I remember those days.
All right, you
And
ready to
that's
take
all right.
We're taking a commercial break. When we come back, we got some pieces to share with all of you. Some new
I want to talk
commercials,
about
some new
your wedding
events.
when we come back, Dawn.
My wedding?
Yes. Because you're always throwing me under the bus. I want to know what your wedding was like.
My
what it
wedding or my son's wedding?
No, yours. Not your son's. You.
It was over the top.
Was it? No, I didn't know this. Wait a minute. Before we go to commercial break, hold
Totally
on a
over the
second.
top.
Stop the phone. What happened?
My mom hired this dance group called La Mystique Dancers.
I know La Mystique.
And they came in like only my mother could do in sequin tails, and they would change. Like they had an outfit for Elvis, and the guy was dressed as Elvis, and everyone had to dress in 50s. And they would change Chuck's jacket on every number. It was like a Broadway production wedding. And then they did another one with silver sequin tails. Yeah, it was
You had a whole show?
it was totally
Dinner and a show? How many people you had at your wedding?
upwards of over 200.
300?
No, it wasn't 300. It was in
250?
It was in the mid twos.
Where was it held at?
A temple
A temple? Where? Mount Sinai? Where?
in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh,
They
you got
have
married in
catering halls.
Florida? I thought you got married in Texas.
No,
Oh, you got married in Florida.
my son got married in Texas.
Oh.
Anything else you want to know?
Yeah, what was on the what was on the menu?
I have no idea. No clue. I remember I got married really young, so
Oh, you have amnesia?
food to me is not as important as food to other people. See, me, I remember the music, and then there was the dessert. It was when they had Viennese tables that many million years ago. I don't know if they still do those,
Yeah.
where there's just tons of food.
Yeah.
But you know, it's Chuck.
Chuck ate all the food.
Exactly. Things don't change. It's like you want extra food, just give it to Chuck. It's all good.
That's remarkable.
All right, now we're going to take a commercial break. Helen Archer coming up next of Cosmic Astrology Society. More to come. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Ding ding, here we are at the favorite chocolate store.
Schur's Chocolate. If you could have smell-o-vision in this space, oh my gosh. Tell us about Schur's Chocolate.
Well, we hand make almost everything in chocolate. We do it all in the back room here. We have a workshop back there. We just love what we do.
Everything's here from Easter bunnies to truffles to mints to, I see this toffee pretzel crunch.
It's probably our best seller. Everybody loves, when they come in, some people are a little grumpy when they walk in, but when they leave, they're happy. Everybody.
That's the way chocolate works.
Nobody ever leaves unhappy. We're open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
If you can spell chocolate, you come here, they got it. It's everything.
Your True Oldies Listener's Guide. Listening in the Palm Beaches? That's 95.9 FM. On the Treasure Coast? You want 106.9 FM. In Boca? It's 95.3 FM. We've got Fort Lauderdale and Broward County covered with 96.9 FM. And you can always hear us anywhere at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
At Genix, we believe skincare should be both powerful and purposeful. Beauty doesn't fade, it evolves. Powered by women, made for everyone. Packed with bovine placenta, a rare regenerative ingredient rich in growth factors and nutrients. Infused with collagen peptides and hyaluronic acid, aloe vera, and coconut oil. Each ingredient is powerful on its own, but even better together. Feel the science, see the glow. Shop Genix now at genixbeauty.com. Looking for a fun, delicious escape the whole family will love? Welcome to Sinful Crepes in Boynton Beach, where sweet meets savory in every bite. From classic Nutella dreams to loaded breakfast crepes, plus a full lineup of rich, bold coffee, there's something for everyone. Kids can even color their very own 3D printed bulldog while you sip and savor. Yes, 3D printed, colorful bulldogs you can take home. Visit us today at 1050 East Gateway Boulevard, Suite 103, Boynton Beach, Florida, or call at 561-509-7309 to order ahead. See you soon.
Our preschool team provides personalized education and therapy services that are specifically designed to meet the unique needs of our children. These students are overcoming medical conditions that have been affecting their physical abilities since birth. Our specialized teacher and therapists understand the critical role that occupational and physical therapy play in helping these young children to develop essential skills in their early education program. We like for the children to leave us as shining stars and enter the big world of kindergarten.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Just getting ready for the next segment after Helen to be prepared.
You're letting it breathe? We got to give our guests some.
We're going to give our guests some also. We're letting it breathe. I don't think you need to let Renegade Lemonade breathe, but it is wine made from lemons available at Trader Joe's.
Dazzle, come here.
We're going to be talking to them on our next segment after Helen, so I figure we may as well serve it up, let it sit and simmer.
See who wants some of the lemonade. Here,
I think there's some cups over there next to Helen.
See who wants some lemonade. There's a cup behind you over here. Over here. See who wants some so we can provide some. You guys want lemonade?
It's wine, just saying. You have to let people know there is an alcohol content to this.
Layla might want some.
Oh, they're back.
Layla told me to give her a straw.
Yeah, she wants it right. She wants the bottle.
Yeah.
All right, more to come. All right, join us on Thursday at Sinful Crepes, 1050. You saw the commercial, 1050 Gateway Boulevard, 12:30, 12 o'clock. Join us for the Brooklyn Cafe Show live. And then next Thursday night, we're going to be up at DeBilzen Art Gallery on Atlantic and Swinton. Bill DeBilzen, his artwork is spectacular. Next Thursday, July 10th, we're doing all of our live shows there, starting with the Artist Loft and all the way through Soul Care with Lori. So true oldies we represent. And we're going to be there, so come on out, join us, network, and maybe acquire a new piece of art, because I almost bought some art when I was away. It cost more to ship it from France to get back here than the art. So now I'm going to become a collector of DeBilzen.
I got some breaking news.
Yeah?
So since Dawn left France, and she talked about how everybody smokes in France, everywhere.
Yeah.
At the diner, at the this, at that. The law was passed this morning.
Yeah.
That now restricts smoking in France to
Yeah.
68% of France, including the Eiffel Tower. And they call it the Dawn Rule.
The Dawn Bill.
I almost fell out of my chair when I heard this. It's a true story.
It's really called the Dawn Bill?
Yes. And they don't want people smoking. Now, there's some famous
What can I say?
restaurants where smoking is part of the restaurant. They're not going to touch that. Everywhere else, $150 to $800 fine.
It was rampant.
You're destroying countries.
I'm not destroying them. I'm making them better.
You are destroying countries.
I'm making them better, just like I used
wanted to run there and have a little Tipperillo.
It was a lot of smoking. There is no cannabis or CBD in France like there is here on every corner.
But they have vaping. Vaping is not part of the law. But the Tipperillos are now gone. And I said, this is because Dawn went there. She ruined the whole freaking country.
I think
so
I
they
made
are
the
looking
country-
for you. There are posters in France.
They're saying
they're
thank
looking
you
for
for
you.
making
No,
us
they're
better.
looking to hang you.
It says make
for
Paris clean again.
destroying something that's been around for, I don't know, 4,000 years.
Keep our lungs clean again.
That's my breaking news.
Anyway, all right, we've got Helen Archer of Cosmic Astrology Society joining us, and she's letting us know why everyone is so fussy. Everyone is so fussy, Helen. And I was thinking, before we get into this, we're going to roll her piece. Everyone told us that the new moon last week was going to be amazing for manifestation and so great for the next 12 years.
Yeah.
But everyone was so fussy. Who could manifest something good when you're just trying to crawl out and hang on?
Yes.
Exactly. So Helen's going to join us. Let's roll her intro. And there she is. So Helen Archer is back joining us. And truly, Helen, everyone kept saying, the new moon, manifest, the next 12 years, where do you want to be? And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, all people are doing are complaining. How do I get in a positive mindset when everyone's so fussy over so many details? What is going on?
It's Mars in Virgo time.
Phew. I thought it was supposed to get better. What does that mean?
Well, Mars in Virgo, you know, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and Virgo is the sign of details. So they notice all the little details. Sometimes they can't see the forest for the trees, but they want to make everything perfect. And so they get frustrated because they can't make everything perfect. It just not as exist on this plane. And so they get aggravated or frustrated or nervous. And this is why I said 2 weeks ago, now is not the time to make organizational or technological changes. If it's not fixed, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right?
Well, after you said that, we had 4 camera wires break, 2 new XLRs break. We lost all of our batteries. Somehow 16 rechargeable batteries are gone. $1,000 we put in 2 weeks ago into new wires and equipment. Yeah. And then it still didn't work. Then it took another week for him to get back from vacation and sit with Jalen and pull every wire out of the board to make it work.
It isn't that it didn't work, Helen. It's that you have to sit to make it work. And I think that what you're saying is so true, except you can't blame me for being the doctor and giving somebody an opportunity to give birth, and they got the wrong child. They got a boy instead of a girl. You can't blame the doctor for that. And that's what's happening. People are so particular that they want to blame anybody and anything for something that they're in control of and didn't work out.
Right, because they tried to make changes.
Correct. But those are their changes.
So whatever changes that somebody made, and I know a lot of you are sweating it because in business and career aspects, the changes that are made, you know, maybe you got less hours, maybe there's new management, and you don't, you know, feel comfortable with it. Don't sweat it. It's going to change. Because what's going to happen is on the 18th of July, we're going to have another Mercury retrograde cycle.
Oh,
so we're going to have Mercury retrograde with Mars in Virgo, which is like double Mercury. And so the changes,
I'm taking a vacation again.
the
I'm leaving.
changes that everybody made, and the administrative people who decided they need something to justify their job, so they made changes, are either going to have to go back to the way it was, or they're going to have to make additional changes to improve what they did now. So, the less you do, the better. Try to keep things the way they are. Yes, you can make improvements, but don't make major organizational changes.
You're just going to stay put, I guess, for the next month, it sounds like.
Now, the other frustration that we have is, it's Jupiter is in Cancer, which is good for the country, good for Cancer people. So Cancer people are probably wondering, where's my lucky cycle? The problem right now is that it is a negative aspect. We have the moon in Libra, and we have Saturn and Neptune still in Aries. So we have a T-square of cardinal signs. So yes, you're going to have to be patient. It's hard to move ahead. Changes are not good. And don't feel frustrated, because in another few days, Saturn and Neptune are going to start retrograding. And they're just like at, 2 degrees of the sign of Aries. So when they retrograde, I've got it written down here, they're going to go back in Pisces, where they were for the last few years. So on Friday, Neptune retrogrades, and then it'll be back in Pisces by October 23rd. And then Saturn will retrograde on the 12th, and it will be back in Pisces by September 2nd. So whatever we tried to do over the past year, especially since the beginning of the year, that we didn't complete, projects we didn't complete, people that we connected with that nothing materialized, now we're going to have like 4 or 5 months to go back and redo all that and organize all that. So September and October are looking a lot better for the changes and the reorganization that we're trying to do now.
I don't know. I know people are fussy. They're detail-oriented. There's no accountability. I don't even know what's going on. It's all
yeah,
about
because people are trying to make changes with Mars and Virgo. So the details, because Mars is the aggravator. Mars is the god of war. Mars is the energizer, too. So he's energizing all these people to make changes, but they can't implement them exactly the way they envision them, because Mars won't let the details flow smoothly. And then Saturn and Neptune in the negative aspect to Jupiter is not really a good business cycle. So getting funding, making advancements, adding growth is not possible right now. You just have to wait a little while. Wait until after Mercury goes forward again around August, middle of August. And then by the beginning of September, you'll start seeing the improvements and ability to make changes, and people will fall in line. In the meantime, just enjoy the summer, enjoy the holidays, try to relax, try to get your house in order. There may be things at home that have to be taken care of, things breaking down or changes that you would like to have to make your house more productive, more organized, more easy flow of energy. And
yeah, but I got things to do.
You can't sit for 6 weeks.
I can't sit for 6 minutes. I mean, I got new venues that I want to try. The summer is here, and I wanted to put together a summer deal where we're going to be doing food and beach and park and this and I can't sit.
That's great. I mean, yeah, I think you should do that.
People are crazy.
I think you should do that, but you're going to have to wait through all the details of getting it done with people, wanting this and wanting that, and you realizing it's not doable.
Wow. So they're going to take a good idea and kill it because of their concept of doable?
So it's your concept of doable. You have to manage and maneuver it so that it works for you.
But I did that, and then it's coming back to bite me. People are arguing with me because they can't see beyond the trees, And
right.
I said,
can't
just
see the
let
forest
it go.
for the trees.
I said, let it go.
So the Mars in Virgo is opposite Pisces. So, Pisces has that creative nature, and if you're dealing with people opposite in the Virgo area, yeah, they can't see the details, or they don't understand the details, and they can't see the final picture.
Wow.
So maybe you should draw it for them.
Draw it
for them.
That's an idea.
Or present a proposal, a written proposal for them, so it's something they can see instead of trying to get an idea across.
I can relate to that. Okay. That makes sense to me.
You got all that?
Yeah.
All right,
More to do.
So, in another week, I think it's a week from Thursday. Let me see, did I write down the date? Uranus will enter Gemini on July 8th.
Okay.
So this is
Next
another
week.
case where
week.
it's going to go into Gemini. It's going to get about 1 or 2 degrees, and then it's going to retrograde, and it'll be back in Taurus, where it was for the last 7 years, on November 9th. So we're going to have a taste of what is going to be coming in the next 7 years from Uranus in Gemini. And as I stated before, Gemini is the sign of communications, the sign of chatter, the sign of transportation, the sign of journalism and news. And so we're going to have AI play a bigger part. We're going to understand it better. We're going to develop it further. And the other thing is the advertising. I think advertising money is going to dry up. People are sick and tired of ads, and they're going to stop paying attention. So people are going to have to get more creative with their advertising to reach the consumer, to reach the audience, and they're going to have to function at a higher level. So instead of just going, with the local idea, the bottom line idea, we're going to have to develop it technologically a little further, do a little more animation, do a little better communication in order to get ideas across.
Yeah, I mean, people might have to pay attention for more than 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You've got to hold their interest, because Gemini is the sign that's all over the place, and they're a little bit here and a little bit there, the jack of all trades, master of none. And so yes, you're going to have to pin them down, but as far as intelligence and technological ability and creative ability and inventions, we're going to have a whole bunch of new inventions. A lot of space age type things are going to come down to where the average person can use them. So it'll be a very exciting time of innovation and technological change.
Well, it's important that you're making an adjustment with the changes as things go and come. Sometimes you don't like it. A lot of times you try to explain to people what you're trying to accomplish, and they can't see it, or they don't understand it, or they initiate it and they have no plan for its ending. So when it doesn't work out, it's always going to be a failure, huh?
So you've got dealing with Aries, you're dealing with Gemini, and these are signs that, create the ideas, have the vision, but they don't know how to implement it, because they're on to the next idea before they even thought about how the previous idea is going to be done.
Right. Michelle, you must have a hard time with things nowadays, because the people you meet don't have an idea as to what they want to do either, right? Not at all. So
Well,
it's never
so that's
easy.
a benefit to those people who can put it all together. Now they'll have, more career opportunities. And also, it's good for family. It's time to reconnect with family members, especially those that you don't see eye to eye with. And you never know where your next opportunity is coming from. Gemini is opposite Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the sign of opportunity. So there's going to be new opportunities for new business, new technology, new financial, situations and opportunities, investment opportunities. So we have to be on top of that. But we have to not try to do a lot of things at once. We have to focus on that which is going to be easiest to accomplish, going to have the best impact, going to build your brand, and is going to be positive for the world.
That's a whole lot
That's a
to
lot.
deliver
Truly a
because
lot.
things are changing. People are irritable. It's summer. So people are either irritable over business or they've checked out. So you're saying just check out for the next couple weeks and just enjoy
If
summer.
you can,
Pretty much
like
just
I
check out.
said, you're going to have to maneuver and manipulate and manage the work and you're going to have to navigate with all the people who have questions. And like I said, put it in front of them on a piece of paper, put it in front of them on an animation rather than trying to explain it, and that might help them understand it better, because Gemini is a sign of vision. It's a mental sign.
You good?
We're also going to see improvements in air travel.
Thank God, because if it gets any worse, we're not going to have any air travel. People are going down more than they're going up.
Well, we've had weather issues too, but yeah, they're going to make changes, and they're going to be quite rapid. So they're going to start changes, and then the cycle is going to go back into Taurus, so we're going to have to revisit and redo some of the things that didn't get done now. And then when it goes into the full Gemini cycle next year, then we'll have 7 years of innovation and invention and new technology.
Well, you told us a couple weeks ago about volcanoes and things happening off the coast of India and Bali, and next thing you know, there's an entire eruption. And you texted me, didn't I tell you this was going to happen? What else, Swami, is going to be happening? What are we looking for as far as hurricanes, tsunamis?
Well, that was with the Mars in Leo, which was square Uranus, so that was explosions, eruptions, volcanoes. But the eclipses are in September, so I don't see any major hurricanes coming around here till then. It's usually within 30 days before and after the eclipses that we have major storms. Even though with the Jupiter square the Saturn and Neptune, we are having weather issues in the country, because, you know, we are a Cancer country, and Jupiter in Cancer with that negative aspect from Saturn is going to show some weather changes and losses to people of their homes, or, you know, like I said, they're going to have to make improvements, and some flooding and fires are basically what these signs are bringing.
That's what's happening. The fires, the tornadoes, a couple of storms in the Pacific, but the fires and the tornadoes seem to be the major play. Right now, and the fire department that goes out and then they get shot by some maniac.
That's terrible.
Well. I mean, this is just so out of control. It's ridiculous.
So like I said, the planets are going to start retrograding. So the influence is going to weaken, and then they're going to be away from that square with Jupiter, and the country can move forward.
Really?
So the game plan is to advance, to hold, or to sit back?
We want to advance. We have opportunities to advance. We see where we can advance, but making the changes and going through the details is going to be rough until Mars goes into Libra. Then we can come together. Then we can do legal contracts. Then all of that will be in play. And that's going to be like another month.
All right, so we have to hold.
Let's hold.
You want to wait till August 11th? I think it's August 11th
when
Mercury goes forward.
I don't wait.
Well, Mercury hasn't gone backwards yet. You've got a couple weeks.
Yeah, but I didn't listen to you, and I went forward and did something, and it's bit me right in the tush now 3 times in a row. So she's 100% right. I can show you the deals that went sideways.
Just don't take it personally. Just work through it, because you got Mars opposing your sign, so you have challenges, but you're up to the challenge, and you have the experience, so you know what's going. And when the Saturn and Neptune go back into Pisces, then you can fulfill all these things with ease.
Yeah, okay.
Mid-August.
Right.
Yeah, right now you're just doing, laying the foundation and going back to communicating and, revisiting some of the connections you made over the last year.
That's all right. We still keep going forward with our productions, going on location, the things that we do, building up our summer relationships, and then in August, we can go full-fledged ahead.
No, I get you. I just don't like it when the perception of what we're doing doesn't work, and it does work. They're not looking at their own perception. They don't, that mirror is a one-way mirror, apparently. They're not looking at what they're not bringing to the table. And how to explain that becomes a trick. That's
Put
the
it
problem.
in writing.
I'm thinking.
I'm saying put it in writing, do an animation, show them the product, how it's going to get there, and realize, okay, you're going to have, pushback, but that's only because of the Mars in Virgo. Once that and Mercury goes forward, everybody will come in line. Everybody will understand. And a lot of people don't have the money right now, so they're just, delaying by pretending they don't understand.
I think you're right. I think that's the key. People don't want to pay, and they're coming up with excuses as to why it's not working, because they don't want to come up with the money.
Because hours have been cut. Wages have been cut. Business is slow in the summer. So, but now is a really good time to develop those relationships and get the people to trust you. So when they do have the money, they will give it to you.
Agreed.
Okay.
All right. So hopefully you're going to join us on Thursday if you're around. Come on up to Sinful Crepes.
Where is that?
It's on Gateway 1050 Gateway Boulevard.
Where is that? Next to the Brazilian
It's
restaurant?
across the
Right
street.
across the street.
Okay. What time is that? Noon?
Noon.
Yeah. But it'd be interesting to have you there because I want you to talk to certain people.
Okay.
Try to explain to them, Lucy, what's going on. And people just don't get it. You know, the more I explain it, the less they understand, sometimes it appears.
You look beautiful today.
Thank you. So do you.
She's just glowing today. I don't know what you did different, but just
well,
glowing.
yeah, I have the Virgo rising. I have Mars and Saturn in Virgo. So Mars is energizing my planets.
So she's
and I have
energizing.
vision
Are
and
you in
I
love?
have energy.
Is that what it is? You're in love? I got a wedding planner.
All right, Helen, how do
I
people...
was going to ask something else, but
She
got
didn't
mad at
deny
me.
it, though, did she?
She didn't.
How
She's
do
in
people
love.
find you?
Wedding planner. Oh, wedding planner.
Wish that we were. Anyway, I'm on Cosmic Astrology Society on Facebook and the Cosmic Astrologer on TikTok.
Look, she's red.
All right, more to come. Contact Helen. She knows the planet. She knows what's happening. And just when I thought one thing, it was a whole different change of the new moon. I guess the planet.
It's your fault. This whole thing is your fault.
It's the dawn effect. What
That's
can
right.
I tell you?
Killed
It's like the
France.
dawn phenomenon.
Now you're going for the rest of the world, like taking over the world.
Helen, it's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you for stopping by again.
My pleasure.
Check out Cosmic Astrology Society with Helen Archer on Facebook and TikTok. For more information for your own private personal reading, she can take care of that as well. More to come on the other side of this commercial break. We've got Renegade Lemonade coming up, and I just want you to know I've been sampling it.
I
the
think
whole
you've been
segment.
drinking it.
So we're good to go. We'll be right back.
Family business. It's me, my sister, and her soon-to-be husband. We've been here for about 5 years doing our thing in this beautiful little spot right in the heart of downtown Boca. We really are like that authentic New York, New Jersey, Northeast thing that you want to have when you're in South Florida. Our bagels are made from scratch every single day. They're top-notch, best you can get around here. And then lunch, chicken Caesar wrap, or like we have a beautiful avocado supreme salad. That's really, really great. And of course, all our sweets are incredible too. You know, something savory, salty, and a little something sweet after. And we will do our best to provide the best service, best food, best everything. And if there's anything you need, we'll do it.
Hi, I'm David Vito Quaderno, the owner of Xavier Restaurant in Meisner Plaza that is in front of Meisner Park. We're a Sicilian cuisine restaurant, so I'm Sicilian. I'm just arrived from Sicily. I live in Catania, the east coast of Sicily. We offer the traditional Sicilian cuisine with the traditional ingredients that I used to import from Sicily, from the cheese to the oregano to the anchovies and different kind of fish. This is a family business already from the 1897, so it's almost 130 years business, and we're offering here the best. This is the first restaurant in the United States, so I wait for you in Meisner Park to enjoy the best and the real Sicilian kitchen. Ask you to book your tables just to be sure that you will find a place for enjoy the real Sicilian kitchen. Thank you.
For your reservation, you can call at 561-617-5424. We are open from Tuesday to Sunday from 4 to 9:30.
Looking for bold, authentic flavor? Step into Bramer's Brazilian Cuisine, where the vibrant taste of Brazil meets your favorite American classics. From savory churrasco to juicy burgers, every dish is made with passion. Hosting a party or a special event? We cater all occasions with incredible food that leaves a lasting impression. Our Boynton Beach location offers generous seating with a separate dining area for bigger parties. Come visit us in person today at 1035 Gateway Boulevard, number 201, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33426. Contact us by phone at 561-272-6377. Enjoy the Brazilian taste. Enjoy the Bramer's taste.
All
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? With MedGuard Alert's new Care Watch, you can connect with medical professionals instantly, 24/7. No cell phone required. This life-saving medical device acts as a phone as well as a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And if you have Medicare or Medicaid, you may qualify to get yours free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now.
RCCA has a team of specialized therapists to treat a wide array of injuries and conditions, including balance issues, back pain, fall prevention techniques, joint replacements, and stroke rehab. Our therapists at RCCA help adults reclaim their strength and flexibility, allowing them to return to their hobbies and sports. We tailor treatment to return our patients to activities they love, such as croquet, gym workouts, golf, pickleball, and tennis. Our state-of-the-art equipment and therapists ensure that there is something here for everyone.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
This Day in History is brought to you by Cherry Auto Works. On July 1, 1979, the first personal stereo cassette player, called the Sony Walkman, debuts for sale. It would spark a revolution in portable electronics. One of the largest military conflicts in North American history begins on July 1, 1863, when Union and Confederate forces collide at Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The epic battle lasted 3 days and resulted in a retreat to Virginia by Robert E. Lee's Army of Northern Virginia. 1904. The 1904 Olympic Games, the first ever held in the U.S., open in St. Louis. They will also be the first Olympics to award gold, silver, and bronze medals. The last Thunderbird, Ford Motor Company's iconic sports car, emerges from a Ford factory in Wixom, Michigan on July 1, 2005. On July 1, 1984, the Motion Picture Association of America, MPAA, which oversees the voluntary rating system for movies, introduces a new rating, PG-13. This Day in History is brought to you by Cherry Auto Works.
Oh, we're back. Takes away all the wrinkles.
Takes it what does? Gen X?
Yeah, so you
I
can go down
love
the
my
beach
Gen
and look
X.
beautiful.
Because
you
we're
have a
waiting for
remix.
Renegade Lemonade to join us. But while we're waiting for, oh, and there they are, Alex and Brady to join us, Alexandra and Brady Reiter to join us of Renegade Lemonade. Freddie and I, well, I started earlier than Freddie did, that we had to try it. I think Layla is, yep, they're already partaking.
You like
so
it?
if they're on, let's bring them over. Indoors.
This is really good.
You liking this?
This can't be good for me.
I think it's how do you like the taste?
This is what I love. It's unbelievable.
I guess I should pour a bigger glass or more.
No, I gotta ask her. Can a type 2 diabetic drink this?
Jalen, are they on? Let's bring them over. There
It's
they
a little
are.
strong, yeah.
Hey,
How are you?
Fantastic. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic.
So I decided
Yeah.
that I didn't know whether it needed to breathe or not, like a lot of wines. So I poured it on our last segment, but then I didn't let it breathe. I just decided to drink it and try it. Oh my gosh. And Alex, you're totally in yellow for the lemon. I get it. And I love your shirt, Brady, as well. This
Thank
is
you.
unbelievable. I can't believe this wine is made from lemons and not grapes typically.
I know we get that often from people. I mean, even sommeliers are like, I can't believe there are not grapes in this wine. And it's really the only one that we've been able to find on the market. There is like some home recipes out there, but there's nothing on the market except for our wine. So we're really excited about that.
This is unbelievable.
All right, can you give us the backstory? Because this was a product of COVID.
It was. I'll take this one. So, you know, over the years, I've done different hobbies, and I trained as a chef decades ago. I ran a gourmet restaurant in Orlando, and then in Plantation, it was Pebbles. It used to be there. Great food, great owners, and I learned a lot, but they made me train with the head chef for 6 months before I could be on the floor. And I learned a lot, and I developed that love of cooking. And I collect recipe books. I just pick them up. I get them as presents, you know, different things. Well, years ago, I tried my hand at making wine and failed. But it came with some recipe books, and I didn't look at them at the time. But when COVID hit, I was looking for a project, something to do. I was at home. I was in technology, cloud computing. My wife was a professor, a college professor. 3 of our 4 girls were at home with us. So we were doing lots of drinking, like a lot of us, or a lot of you guys. And I started looking through the books for something to do, and came across one that had come with this kit I bought. And it was a hippie recipe guide from the 1970s. And back on the kit, it was something off of Craigslist. A lady, her boyfriend had left her, and he left all his equipment there, and she just sold it to me, wanted to get rid of it. You know, so how it comes is interesting. But the hippie recipe guide had all these obscure recipes, and one was a lemon wine. I grew up in Southern California till I was 10. My grandfather had this big lemon tree in his backyard, and it just reminded me of him. I asked Alex, and she's like, I like lemons. So, you know, we made it. And this recipe had bottled lemon juice and other amateur ingredients, but it turned out, and Alex and I were like, this is something really special, but I bet with my experience I can make it better. And so I started experimenting with fresh lemons, then the types of lemons and the parts of the lemons, and after a while I came up with a blend that has several different types of lemons, the juice, the zest, the oil, some secret sauce, and the rest was history.
And you can use it, and it's funny that you're in Plantation. I grew up in Plantation, and I so remember Pebbles. It was like if you wanted to go out for really good food or a special occasion, you would go to Pebbles. And it's right where we now go to Ford's Garage. It was right over there on that corner, Freddie.
Really?
Wow. Yeah. And my wife, Alex, she grew up in Davie, right across the south of the interstate there.
Did you really? Well, I went to high school in Davie.
Oh, wait. Did you go to Nova High School?
I went to university school.
Okay, well, we were across the street from each other.
You went to Nova? How funny. I was supposed to go to Nova, but I didn't want to make the change and meet all new people, so I stayed where I was.
Oh. Well, fun
Crazy.
fact, Renegade Lemonade was created right here in this basement that we're sitting in right now.
Now tell me about the awards that you have on the bottles next to you.
Oh, wow. Well, we're really proud of these. Some of them are from the St. Augustine Food and Wine Festival. So we've participated 2 years in 2024 and 2025, and we're proud to have earned the title of People's Choice for Best Wine at the St. Augustine Food and Wine Festival, which is held every May. So these are 2 of them, and this was for our original Renegade Lemonade.
Yeah, so we had it. The original, when we first got this, it was entered into a competition, a Georgia competition, and it won a double gold, which is a unanimous, gold vote by all the judges. So that was great, and it was one of the many things that really, checked the box for us that this was going to be a successful business. And after that, this is won, gold medal at the Las Vegas Food Festival or Wine Festival, several silvers. It also won the best wine at the 2024 St. Augustine Food and Wine Festival. This wine right here is our newest edition. It came out late last year and still isn't in Florida. It's going to be there soon. But this is our sparkling wine, and it tastes like a lemony Prosecco. And this has only been entered in one wine competition because it just came out and it won a gold in that. And it also won the best wine at the 2025 St. Augustine Food and Wine Festival. So we're really excited about these. And it's just, it's an award, but with the lemon wine, we found we have to prove ourselves every step of the way. And every store we walk into, every restaurant, every distributor we go to, every sommelier that we talk to, we have to really convert them over. And we do once they try the product. But it's something, these awards are great to see that people agree with us, that it's a wonderful addition to the other types of wines that are out there.
And Alex tells me you can use this for cooking. Anything that you would add lemon to, it's delicious.
Absolutely. I mean, things that you think of off the top of your head would be shrimp scampi or chicken piccata or mussels or oyster mignette, but also desserts. We've made lemon pound cake, lemon creme brulee, lemon bars. We've made salad dressing with it. We've made Greek potatoes. We've made, all of the recipes that we've played around with are on our website.
Well, it's not only us. It's something, we had a really hot chef in the Atlanta area. We live there now. And he runs this speakeasy supper club. It's like an underground dining thing. He does 7-course tasting menus. He did a 7-course tasting menu where every dish had our wine in it. And so, he did a, caviar, with the Renegade lemonade in it. He did a fig dish that was just phenomenal with the Renegade lemonade vinaigrette. He did duck that had been brined in Renegade lemonade, and then he used the Renegade lemonade in a sauce. And then, of course, he did dessert. But it's just wonderful to see what chefs can do. And we had a similar experience a few weeks ago in Huntsville, Alabama, where a really young chef at 116 Noble did a 4-course tasting menu. Every dish was made with our wine. And then we paired it with some wines and cocktails made with our wine. So it was just a real fun time, and it's exciting to see what people do with our wine.
Can you imagine brining your Thanksgiving turkey in Renegade lemonade?
Why not?
Right?
I gotta tell you,
how good would that be?
What I like is it doesn't have an aftertaste like regular wine does, and it sits on the palate differently than regular wine does. Your palate has different areas, and some for the bitterness and the sour and the sweet, and depends on what part of your. Don't look at me that way. She's making fun of me, but I gotta tell you, this sits really, really well.
It's delicious.
It's
and I'm wondering
different.
what happened to my whole glass because it's empty. And I'm thinking.
Oh, that's what it is. She had the whole glass. Now, no wonder why she's laughing at me. How much did you drink? My God.
I guess I've been sipping it, but it's easy. And it's you don't get a headache. Regular white wine. I usually get headaches. I don't drink it because of sulfates, whatever is in it. It doesn't work for my body. This, I guess you consider a white, but it as in color only. But in lemons, different sulfate, totally different context than a wine, grape wine. I know. What do you want?
What the hell is she saying?
Think about it. A lot of people don't drink traditional white wines or reds because they get a headache.
Yes.
They're made from grapes. Is it different when it's made from a lemon?
It is. It is. Now, we're really still figuring out every single one of the differences. This is new. During it, when I had problems, I had to Google it. Just go out there and figure stuff out on my own. And I would call, there's this one company that supplies fermentation equipment and supplies, and they have the most incredible customer service. You call up and you get a retired winemaker from Napa. And they're on the phone, but they always ask me, what are you trying to do? And I tell them, and then they go, what grape are you using? And I say, I'm not using grapes, I'm doing lemons. And they're like, you can't ferment lemons. I'm like, well, I'm doing it. And we end up spending 30, 45 minutes discussing how I ferment lemons, which they're trying to pick at me. And I'm trying to really, not give them my trade secrets. Nice, fun dance there. But the things in lemon wine is different than grape wine. And something that we found recently is I had several doctors tell me, you should get your wine tested for nutrients and vitamins. Not necessarily the calories and things like that, that's important, but vitamins. Raw lemons have so many beneficial properties. And, think about, well, what if the finished product has those properties? That would be incredible. They say there's something in the seeds of lemons that may help prevent cancer. Okay, wow. So we were able to do it, and it took me some time to find someone that would actually test it. So I found alcohol companies that would test it for things, but they're like, oh, we don't test for vitamins. And then food and non-alcohol beverage companies are like, oh, we don't test alcohols. So I had to go back and forth. Finally found a great place that did it, and they tested our wine, and I don't have it in front of me, I think because it's off there, but it has around 10% of your daily recommended value of B6-2, which supposedly helps with weight management and metabolism. Okay, who doesn't want that? It has 23% of B6-3, which is supposed to help with aging. Again, who doesn't want that? 4 glasses a day, kind of thing. I mean, I don't know how this helps, but it also has potassium, iron, and just a little bit of calcium and vitamin C. I thought it was going to have more, but I guess the fermentation process, changes it completely. Like B6 isn't in the raw lemons. It's part of the fermentation process. And it must be part of the fermentation process with the lemon juice because it's not in grape wine. So those kind of things we're learning along the way, and it's really a lot of fun.
And what about added sugars? Any added sugars, or it's all natural fermenting?
So it is all natural. Well, we do have to add some sugars. Okay. So there are some things that I have to do to manipulate it. And I've played around with all these different techniques. But at the end of the day, lemon juice in its raw form doesn't have enough natural sugar to get me where I need to go. So I had to play around. I mean, I'll tell you some of the techniques. I won't tell you my secret sauce, but...
No, I'm only thinking, Freddie has diabetes. Can he drink this wine is really the question.
Yeah, so it ferments down, and it has 5.5% residual sugar, 5.5 grams per liter. So if you equate that, it's not a heavily sugared wine.
Right.
Correct.
And so it is something you can have, but like with any time, you have to pay attention to your body and how it operates.
Yeah,
but it isn't a cloyingly sweet, heavily sweetened wine.
Yeah, we don't want your trade secrets. We just want to make sure he can keep drinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really simple in this studio.
2 liters a day, do you? Are you at the point of taste? Is this what you were trying to accomplish? Because this is unlike anything I've ever had in my life.
It is, and I see all sorts of possibilities to do other versions in the future. So, it's neat things like I played around with fermenting other types of fruits. I was talking to a guy that's a flavor expert, and he was at this international citrus conference that was in Clearwater. And he says he created the flavors for Absolute Citron and Mandarin. And now he works for a citrus producer, and what he does is he creates scented candles, perfumes, anything that has lemons or citrus in it. And I was talking about what I'm doing, and he was really excited, or what we're doing. And, I said, grapes, if you harvest them on separate sides of the street, they could taste different in the finished wine because of the elevation, the wind flow, all sorts of factors, not even taking into account the winemaker. Is it the same thing with lemons? I don't know. So I was talking to this guy about it, and he said that lemons are the ideal fruit to do like single region or single area wines. And I asked him why, and he says because of the oils. The oils, other fruits don't have oils, and you soak something in oil, or even get around it a scent, and it gets absorbed into that oil. He said we can harvest lemons from around the beehives in, say, California. And it will have aromas of flowers and flavors that can only be found in flowers in California or are found there. And it's exciting to see, play around with that manipulation. And then even some other things, play around with oak. Can I oak it? Can I get some different kind of flavors out of it? Maybe decrease the sugar a little bit more and add some oak. Play around with things. And then our sparkling line's a whole different version. But that has a lot of things. But
it sounds like you're having a lot of fun.
We are. Yeah.
And Alex, where can we get it in Florida?
So you can find, right now, as Brady said earlier, the sparkling is not yet in Florida, but it is coming very, very soon. I would say sometime, we are in July, officially today, so it should be there soon, as it was just it's in the process of being bottled as we speak.
Wow.
In upstate New York.
Yeah, but the regular you can get at all the Trader Joe's in Florida. So we're really, really excited to be there. They're awesome partners, and we just love being part of their lineup. Then you can get it at a bunch of specialty stores. But really, if there's some place you buy your wine, please ask for us. I mean, they can order it and get it in for you. And so we're available now in, 17 states, and, we're growing. But we're not fully launched in all those 17, but it's just a lot of fun. So I've said a lot of fun a lot.
Have you ever made a crepe with Renegade lemonade?
I haven't, but I saw your segment, yesterday, where the crepes are on there, and those looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, why don't we bring them a bottle? If that's okay with you, bring them a bottle
I
on
think that would have
Thursday and let them have some fun with it.
I want to go to Crazy Uncle Mike's.
You could do that too.
Crazy Uncle Mike's makes a lot of drinks, but I bet you he's never tasted anything like this.
A lemonade renegade margarita, you never know.
And the name Lemonade Renegade.
How's that going for you?
Oy. It's spectacular. It's a marketing, stop it, because why don't you show them the glass you're drinking out of? But anyway, I think it's phenomenal. I think that the idea is phenomenal. I grew up around lemons when I was in Puerto Rico, which tasted completely different. And I don't tell people that story because people think I'm nuts. But the lemons there were different because they were constantly in the sun and they were tremendously big. But this is unbelievable. I did not expect this today.
I grew up in Puerto Rico. Not fully. I did. I lived in Bayamon.
You lived where my uncles lived. I lived in Humacao on the other side. And the lemons were the size. They were huge.
Yeah.
But they taste different than anything else I've ever had in my life. But I can see, and if you got the taste you're looking for here, more power to you, because this is unbelievable.
It's delicious.
Well,
Thank you so much.
There's more to come. And in case you were wondering why we named it Renegade Lemonade, there's a fun story behind that. So Brady and I are both proud graduates of Florida State University in Tallahassee. And if you're familiar with FSU, you know that Chief Osceola rides on a horse into the stadium with a flaming spear, and that horse is named Renegade. So that is, our tribute, our homage to our school. But also, what is a renegade? A renegade is someone that does not follow convention and goes against, blazes their own trail, so to speak. So that's what we're doing by creating a wine made out of 100% lemons. So it has multiple meanings. And of course, a very special reason is that our dog is named Renegade, and we actually named him after the school as well.
Incredible. This is so great. What is your website?
Our website is www.renegadelemonadewine.com, and also our Instagram is the same, Renegade Lemonade Wine. And on the website, not only can you find all those wonderful recipes that we talked about for cooking and cocktails, there is a store locator on that where people can type in their city, state, and zip, and it'll take them to the closest location where they could purchase Renegade Lemonade. And you could purchase our wine online as well if you're in an area that doesn't have a store near you.
Very cool. I think we should have Renegade Lemonade Party.
Let's do it.
Party?
Do you guys have a commercial by any chance?
Do we? We have a 9.5-minute commercial. It's really long, but
no, that's not
actually
a commercial.
No, that's an.
If you have one, we can edit it, send it over. If you have a shorter one, we can pop that into our commercial banks as well.
That'd be awesome. I know which one you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have a Renegade party.
We'd love to send that over.
Yeah, send it on over and we'll pop it in. And
Thursday, we're going to do Renegade Party. Party?
Love it.
Renegade Grapes.
So much fun.
So much fun. And next time when you come down to Florida, if it's not over the weekend, we would love to bring you into the studio.
Oh, yes. We would both love that so much. Are you in the studio Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday. They were in town when you were away.
Oh, what
I
else
know.
is new?
So
Story
we're going to
of
get
our
it back
life.
down here.
I know. But we're going to get this right because we're doing a food crawl, and I want to go to all these places and introduce Renegade. I think it'll be fun. It's for the summer, and we're going to end it with a luau and see what happens at the end of the beach.
So
Sounds like a spectacular day.
Alex and Brady Reiter, thank you so much for joining us. Check out renegadelemonadewine.com for their recipes, where you can get it on location. And you can also come try it here in the studio or meet us up at Sinful Crepes on Thursday at 12 o'clock. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Want to take a quick break?
Yep.
More to come. Fill up our glasses. We'll be right back.
Give me the mozzarella. 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 Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty rich and pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Wings, we also sell them. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Amp Media Futures Foundation is a non-for-profit organization dedicated to providing college students with immersive opportunities in media production, marketing, business skills, and communication.
Interns will learn professional workflow skills in editing, video and radio broadcasting, public relations, digital media, graphic curriculum, and access to equipment to make a positive impact.
Amp Media Productions is a full-service production house with a variety of shows ranging from the Brooklyn Cafe show.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a very busy Wednesday.
Sarah
Open your
Spiritual.
heart, right here on the Oldies Station. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
Call me Zena.
By example, and that's what I try to do all the time, to teach by example.
Artist Loft.
Using that term more. Yeah, lofties, yeah.
And Gypsy Soul.
They love music. It's like their favorite thing to go to.
I teach like preschool up to 12th grade.
Yeah, nice.
You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Amp Media Productions. Please like and subscribe to all of our shows.
I want to be a first class champagne, please.
Dying comfort.
Yeah, that's good. We offer opportunities to excel in the field of TV film production, social media management, video editing, set design, graphic design, sound engineering, journalism, and many more useful tools to help you land a career in the media business.
To volunteer or be a part of our team, or to make a donation of any size, please visit us at ampfutures.org. Help us to empower college students to create a positive impact with immersive hands-on experiences in media production. Help us amplify the future.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you. Call 800-978-4815. That's 800-978-4815. Call now.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
The best. Sherry Nelson is her name. Sherry, thank you for sending Dawn her glass and my glass. And I spoke to her up in Canada. She's trying to get down here hopefully by the end of the summer. She will.
Nice. All right, so refills are on. Renegade Lemonade at your closest Trader Joe's store in Florida. And the sparkling is coming out soon. It's kind of like a lemon Prosecco. So
I want
we'll
to
see what
take this
happens.
everywhere we go and introduce it.
I think it's a good idea.
And then you crack it open, you have a glass of the owner, we'll have Layla do a glass of the owner.
Good ideas.
12 glasses a day.
Well, while you and I were doing some meetings in between the morning and the midday show, our marketing team went out to do some content shoots for Gen X Beauty. So Layla's going to fill us in on what they did.
Yes.
How you doing?
Me and Heather went to the beach and we shot content for Gen X. And it went really well. The pictures and videos came out beautiful, and we're going to be using them for a summer campaign because the summer's hard on your skin, and that's why you need Gen X, so that your skin can be beautiful and glowing and hydrated. And yeah, it was really fun. At one point, I was like fully in the sand, covered in sand, and we're like fully like, I wish someone had a picture of it. I was like laid down on my stomach. Heather's like half in the water, half not in the water, and we're like trying to take these pictures. But they came out really well. So yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing them. I'm running low on my face cream. I'm thinking I got to order another one because right now it's a BOGO. It's a buy one, get one. If you use the code Brooklyn50 for 50% off, there is a BOGO. So you can buy.
I thought that was over with. It's Glow 50 now.
Glow 15 is for new users, but right now.
Glow 15?
It's for your first purchase.
I'm so confused.
But for right now, I would get in on a little secret.
Well, you get half on the second?
Brooklyn 50.
What is the deal?
50% off.
On what?
On all of Gen X products.
Or you get 50% off.
50% off. So it's like a BOGO because you can get 2 face creams and 2 eye creams for the price of 1 face cream.
But you have to buy one and the second one is 50% off, or is the first one?
Anything you're buying right now is 50% off, but you have to use the code Brooklyn50. Simple enough. And I love my Gen X. I have to tell you, it feels so good on my skin.
They have 2 products, right?
Yes. Their
Okay, can you describe the 2?
Yeah, their face cream has their bovine placenta, which is in both of their products, but that's for like your full face. And then they have their eye cream, which is specifically for like more sensitive skin, so like that area underneath your eyes. I know like we've talked like using it on your hands for like your fine lines on hands.
Yeah.
Works well for scars. Yeah, we were even talking today. I've had 2 knee surgeries and I have a bunch of scars on my knee. I use the eye cream on my scars on my knee, and they feel very, very nice. So if you have any surgical scars or anything, this is great for surgery incisions. Actually,
Look at my hand.
Turns out.
You see anything?
What's wrong with it?
I used to have an H dot there.
Oh, really? And you've been using the Gen X?
Well,
And it's
look at
gone
it.
now.
Tell me, is it
There's
there?
nothing there on that hand.
Anything.
I used the Gen X.
It looks moisturized, actually. It's a glowing hand.
It is glowing.
That's my Gen X hand.
It looks nice.
But yeah,
I put it on it to see what would happen, but I've been doing it for a long time. Look, it disappeared.
See?
But people don't believe me.
It looks nice.
You gotta show them. Just be like, look at my hand, look at my hand. Put it in their face.
That's what I can say. Hey, look at that.
So go to genxbeauty.com, GENIX beauty.com. Use coupon code Brooklyn50 for 50% off. It gives you this beautiful glow. It's great, ladies, for a primer under your makeup. If you're going to do it that way, put on your Gen X, then put on your SPF, and then your makeup. Or if you're just going to the beach, just put on your Gen X and your SPF. It is a great primer for those that have sensitive skin and can't use primers like me because it clogs your pores. The Gen X just lays your foundation really nice and soft.
Was she there at the Brayman's deal?
She was at Ford's Garage.
Ford's Garage. Is she coming down for this on Thursday?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But we'll invite her to whatever the next thing we've
I would
got
invite
is.
her to everything.
And we have some samples and stuff like that too.
Aren't we doing something with Bachagulupa over there, Michelle? Women's Ways?
Yes, we are.
We should invite her to
We will
that?
invite her at the end of July for that, absolutely. And you're also doing some marketing for Sally's Boutique.
Yes, we have so much content coming because we had our Gen X shoot today, and then we have a shoot for Sally's Boutique.
Show us some of Sally's.
Coming later. You want to hold those up? But yeah, She makes the cutest clothes. They're
So
all
beautiful.
original artwork from Sally herself, and she turns them into beautiful clothing that is perfect just in time for summer. There's swimsuits, bags, shirts, PJ shorts even. She's a ton of options.
Oh, I never seen that one. That's cool.
She brought that in yesterday.
Athletic dry fit.
Yeah.
That is so colorful.
So we have a shoot coming up. So we'll be shooting some content in some of these clothes as a fun, like, athletic summer fun.
Because she has dresses, swimsuits, athleisure, flip-flops. So anything that you really need for the summertime, she has. So that's going to be the kind of the premise of our next shoot.
People were talking about it yesterday on her show, though, and people were writing and asking me if more of this clothing and things were going to be shown on her show. I says, I don't know. You got to ask her. Come on down and ask her.
We'll have her start spotlighting a piece of the week maybe on Mondays.
And now that we actually have the clothing with us, it's a lot easier to actually have it in studio, people to touch, feel, and
Sure.
so on and so forth.
Getting a clothing rack.
I know.
Yes, that'd be cute.
We
I
really
think I might have
should.
one.
Women are so funny. Guys just buy it.
All right, artbysallybernard.com. Check it out. Buy your favorite pieces for now or put them away for the fall if you want long sleeve. That's a cute bathing suit cover up also, the long sleeve. Kind of as you cover it up.
I know. I was thinking some of her dresses and like she has a pair of shorts that are really cute that I thought would also be cute, like beach cover up too. So I
It's
don't know.
summer.
You can mix and match, and there's a ton of different options and artwork to pick from. So
Well, you heard what Helen said. Now's not the time to push forward in business, so you may as well chill out with some Gen X and some clothing by Art by Sally Bernard. Go to the beach, relax, have some Renegade lemonade. I feel like we're just going to chill.
And
Sit
when
it's a
back
wellness
and
pack.
chill.
It is a wellness pack.
all in one.
And
Little
Linda's
bundle.
coming out with her book, so you could chill in your Sally gear with a glass of this stuff and read her books that are coming out. Listen to them.
All right, ready to wrap it up?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Magical Creations by Michelle. Thank you so much for joining us. For more information from Helen Archer, you can find her at Cosmic Astrology Society. You can go to renegadelemonadewine.com or your local Trader Joe's. If you're here in Florida, it is also in 17 states. All the recipes are on their websites, genxbeauty.com, Brooklyn 50, or Art by Sally Bernard, and get your clothing for all of the above. More to come. Have a great day, everyone.
Magical Creations, Michelle Spears, 561-572-1901. Is that correct? That's correct. Give her a call, give her a holler, and get your groove on. Get your wiggle on.
We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
Don't be late.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.